Africa UK pageant, and I own yeah, well, I
Say
don't
it.
even know how to
Say it.
describe it. Well, they call me Miss Youthful Glow, Infinite 2023.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much for now about me. Nice to meet you and welcome.
Thank you.
Right. Over to you, Quindy.
Thank you. My name is, of course, Danelle Willow Murphy. I am the founder and host of Live Queens, also a finalist at Miss Mrs. Africa UK and Ireland, and I'm Infinite Mrs. Confidence. That's me.
Well. Yes, and confident indeed she is. Yes, and for myself, I'm Khadija Shamte. I am first Princess Infinite of Africa UK IE Pageants and Empowerment Programs. I am also Miss Charity 2023. I am brand ambassador as well for Africa UK Pageant and the founder of Africa UK Umbrella Initiative and a Life Queen. Welcome. Right. So I will go on straight into the first question, Deck, which is, who is Deck? Yes, also known as the Premium MC. Yes, which African country are you representing? And as well, we would like to know a teensy-bincy advice that your forefathers or mothers bestowed on you.
Oh,
welcome.
Wow, that's interesting. That's more like I think 4 questions in one, but I mean that's okay. So yeah, my name is Jack Olufemi Imafidon, right? And I am also known as the Premium MC, and that's because I compare events, high-profile events, social events, religious events sometimes, and of course. Non-governmental organization, events and foundational events and what have you. I am definitely somebody you would refer to as very honest. I am also a convener of men empowerment. Now, a lot of the time you hear that we're empowering women, but a lot of people don't realize that men also have problems. Men are also human beings. All right. So I try as much as possible to reach out to men, because when you reach out to a man, you are reaching out to his family. Does that make sense?
Wow.
So it's one of the things that I've literally tried to do. So one of the things that I do is basically at the end of the year, I buy hampers, I buy stuff for families, and literally I will hand it over to the man, so that of course that will in turn help the entire family. All right. I'm also a biker, by the way. I ride power bikes. You will call them power bikes in Nigeria, but it's actually motorcycling, the super bikes. Yes. So I am a member of 2 elite clubs in Nigeria, one of which is Bikers with Attitude and Determination. Is called Bad Gang. And I'm also a member of Metallic Bull Riders. We definitely, now these 2 clubs are actually non-governmental organizations. They're also into charity. Now this is general charity. So what we do is we feed the less privileged. We build structures, infrastructures in place, so that we help communities. We go into deep communities. I'm talking about rural communities. Try to reach out to people and make sure that we leave our positive impact in their lives. Now, oftentimes than not in Nigeria, you have people who do stuff like that for the sole purpose of going into politics. We are not doing it for politics. We're doing it to literally reach out to people. Now, in one of the ideas or one of the ideologies of my life is to make sure that I reach out to people, is to make sure that I impact lives positively. It's not just about, I want to amass wealth, I want to be this, or I want to be that. No, for me, the first time I ever made my first million, every other person will think about buying something amazing for themselves. The first thing I thought about was, how can I take money out of this money I've made to help somebody? It's the first thing I thought about. So for me, it is very crucial to reach out to people, which was essentially why when you told me about this, I didn't hesitate for a second, because if I would get on the platform, right, and reach out to people and talk to people and let people understand that you can actually attain your goals and you can reach, the highest mountain, I would do absolutely anything to be on such platform. That's that for who I am. I would also like to talk about the second question you asked, about what my forefathers told me. Let me start from my father first, because I didn't know my forefathers. I'll start from my father. May God bless his memories. He's of blessed memories now. My dad used to tell me something. My dad would tell me then that I should make sure I never cheat anyone. I don't know why he said that. Of all things to say, he said, make sure you never cheat anyone. I didn't know why he was saying that. I didn't know why he wanted, or why he asked me to do that. And so,
Are we muted?
I think you're muted.
Muted. There you go. You were muted there for a few seconds, King.
oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
The call came in.
Sorry.
One of the things, that I have now placed on myself as one of my ideologies to life is to make sure sorry.
They want to get on your live.
I don't know. So, the thing is, so one of the things that he has told me, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Oh, okay, awesome. So one of the things that he told me is to make sure that I don't cheat anyone. I don't know why he said that. And so that's why I have now, made it a part of my life's goal to make sure that I am as honest as possible to everyone I deal with in my business, in my career, in my family, in everything that I do. All right. I'm as open as possible, which was essentially why I was as honest as possible in the beginning of the show when I talked about the fact that I probably wasn't following Life Queens. I'm not sure. You understand? I've not checked. It's possible that I am actually following you guys, but I would put honesty first before I lie or try to make it look like I'm what I am not. You understand what I'm saying? So that being said, one of the things that I will think that my forefathers would want me to do is to impact lives positively. It's not to be the wealthiest man on earth. No, it is basically to take out of what I have to reach out to people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, somebody's talking about one of my clients for many years is talking. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
so
sure.
It's for me, basically it's important that I reach out to people and impact lives positively in everything that I do, everywhere that I go to. That is one thing that I think my forefathers would definitely love to see me achieve in life.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you there, Premium MC. Yes, while you have spoken about wealth, you've actually said that you are wealthy in how you reach out to people. So kudos to you for that.
I need help, please. I need help, please. I'm not wealthy yet. I'm not wealthy yet. I still need help.
Yes, Edek, you are wealthy in wanting to help others. Yeah. So that's another approach of looking at it. Wealth simply just doesn't come in the form of currency. It also comes in the deeds that you do and just the intent in your everyday. So we have listened to what you have said, and we are wowed by what you have spoken in terms of you as DAC, as well as you as a humanitarian out there. Yes. So we've got the next question that Miss Youthful Glow Infinite will ask you.
The one and only, please. I do not take the infinite one, but it's okay. Thank you. Anyway.
Actually, was there Youthful Glow this year?
No.
Or was there another award?
I know, and it shall never happen. I mean, let me continue to the next. Before I go to the next question, you know what you're saying about touching people and making a positive impact on people's lives. You have indeed actually made a major impact, a positive one on us. This is the reason why you're even here. On that day, we noticed your vibe, your energy, very vibrant, very lively. And you know what? Even the music was behind me. I was like, yes, because the MC was making it lit. We really, really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
actually
Yeah,
went
as I mentioned,
hunting for him. Remember?
can you
Yeah.
imagine?
Weezy,
We say, who's
Weezy.
this guy talking? Yes. As I mentioned, you're recently in the UK for the Niger Brand Chic Trade Fair. Please tell us more about it. You know, what exactly, apart from the being the MC, what exactly, you know, what were your intentions there, and what is your main purpose for your journey of empowerment with Africa?
Okay. Fantastic question. All right. And I would like to tell you a story. So the very essence of Niger Brand Chic. I mean, I may not be in the position to tell you about Niger Brand Chic because I'm a vendor to Niger Brand Chic. All right. But I make bold to say that I'm a part of the team of Niger Brand Chic Trade Fair. Now, this is because I started this event with Niger Brand Chic as, you know, as early as 2018. So that makes it 6 years. I've been working with her for 6 years back to back. Like, I have literally followed her to the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. We've been to Abuja, we've been to Kano, we've been to Port Harcourt, we've been to Ibadan, we've been to Lagos. You know, we've done it everywhere in Nigeria. And I'm talking about, when I say everywhere, I'm talking about the 6 political zones in Nigeria. Because of course we have, you know, different something that you would call like districts. So yeah. So we have done it everywhere, and it's been successful. Everywhere we go to is a huge success. Now, what exactly would the focus be, if you would ask? Now, Niger Brand Chic, as the name depicts, is basically a lady who took branding to the next level. All right. And she thought to herself that, what can I do to help businesses, small, medium enterprises, SMEs, grow their business? How exactly can I come in and, you know, how can I expand small businesses? How can I help them grow? What are things I can do to better their business or to maximize their profit, all right, in a short period of time? And so the birth of Niger Brand Chic Trade Fair came up. Now, when we started Niger Brand Chic Trade Fair in 2018, we started very, very small. In fact, we didn't even have booths at the time. They used to put stuff on the table and people would just sell. So my job at the time was for me to literally just anchor the event, just make announcements, and just, do whatever it is that they want me to do. Like, okay, just make announcements. Okay, please, somebody's looking for so and so person. Please, someone has not packed properly. And I looked at it. I said, I'm more useful than this. I'm more resourceful than this. What is it I can add to this event that would be valuable to not just my employer, but the vendors themselves? So I said to myself, I said, okay, we need to drive up sales. The whole essence of an exhibition in just a few days is to make profit. So what can I do to help these vendors make profit? I then devised the method to literally advertise every vendor's product. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah. So take, for instance, Khadija, you're selling clothes. All right. I'm so sorry. What's your name?
Queen D.
Queen D. Yes. So Queen D is. I'm so sorry. Queen D is selling she's selling makeup products. All right. Now I'll come to Khadija and say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, come and see the best clothing ever. If you have not bought these clothes, I don't know what it is that you're doing. You're missing out. Come and buy this one. It's dramatic, But what is important that you also must understand is that you are excited to see me do all of the things that I just did. So if you are not willing to buy, you will want to come and see what I'm talking about. So when you get to the place where the person is selling what they're selling, not because you're not going to buy the clothes because the person is selling clothes. You can always buy it any other place, but you're going to buy it because you enjoyed the vibe around the way this person was actually talking about this clothes. I am literally convinced you. I'm the mouthpiece of that vendor, convincing you to literally come and buy from this person, not because you can't buy somewhere else, but because you need to support that small business at that fair.
Yes.
Now, what you must also understand is that the bulk of these vendors are women. Now, supporting women in business is something that is very essential to Naija Brand Chick herself. She is a big supporter of women in business. So when I look at these women, I see that some of them have their kids sleeping on the floor and, they're trying to hustle and make money. So that is more than a motivation for me to say, you know what, I don't care what happens. You see me sometimes, the people who sell hair, I'll wear the hair and say, guys, look at the hair. It's so amazing. It's bouncing. Come and check it. If you don't buy it because of that, you're going to buy it because of the way that I am advertising it. Now, I'm not advertising it because of what I'm being paid.
Yes.
I'm not advertising it because I want you to pay me a fee. I'm advertising it because my own contribution to that fair, to your life, is the fact that I brought people to that place to buy from you. That is my joy. So over the years, I began to grow in the way and manner that I carried these people's businesses. In fact, it's so amazing that over the years, some vendors even reach out to me and tell me that I want to create content. Please come and advertise my business for me so that people can come to the fair. And I tell them no, because I'm not an influencer. I am an MC with class. So if I come to you at the fair, I'm not doing this because I want you to pay me for what I'm doing. No, I'm doing it because this is also an impact. It's a positive impact for me to you. If one day I don't do the fair, for instance, you will miss that somebody actually sold your business like it was theirs. I will sell the market, sell the business like I'm passionate about it. And that's why most of the vendors, they love it when they hear my voice, because I'm not selling like, okay, so it's just a job. Let me just do my job and just leave. No, I'm selling it like, guys, if you don't buy from this person, I'm not going to rest. If you don't buy from this person, they're not going to pay me a balance. But one thing I must say about Naija Brand Chick, she's not here, but I have to be honest totally with you, is every fair that I've ever done, she pays me maybe a minimum of 2 weeks ahead before the fair. Like, she would pay me minimum of 2 weeks full payment before the fair. Now, a lot of people don't know that she pays well. She actually pays me well. So I make sure that, because oftentimes they're not, these vendors will reach out to me and tell me, please advertise my business, I'll give you money. And when they give me money, I just look at them, I'm like, really, this policy? No, don't give me money. I tell them no. Some of them would say, you know what, let me give you food. No, don't worry. Don't give me anything. I am passionate about this. I love it. So let me market your product. All right, I'm doing this because you must make it. You must sell. So if you don't sell, call me back. I will come back. I will scream again. And this is one of the things that I tell women in business. All right, I can't sell your market more than you. I can't sell your product more than you will do. You have to, you see how passionate I am? You have to beat my passion when I come to your stand. You have to beat that passion. So, the way, I think one of you said that you're into clothing and everything, right? If I come to you and I'm selling your market, I'm selling your cloth, all right? And I'm going crazy. As I'm going crazy, you should be removing your clothes, going crazy. Yes. I'm telling you, you see, let me tell you something that works in Nigeria. Nigerians are very confident people. And that's one of the things that you must understand about Nigerians. And people think that we're aggressive. We're not aggressive. We just have a very high drive for success. And that's why we are impeccable in ways that you can't even begin to imagine. In every and anything that we put our hearts to do, we do it exceptionally well, which is evident in Nigeria Branching Trade Fair London. It takes wit, it takes class, it takes pain and strive to be able to achieve the level of success that fair had in the UK. So for me, the impact that Nigeria Branching Trade Fair has had over the years is, I mean, it speaks volume from what you guys saw. So what you saw now, I can tell you for a fact that what you saw in the UK is just a fragment of the kind of success that happens in Nigeria.
Wow.
Look in Lagos, in the first day, Lagos Fair, we had over 12,000 people in attendance. You wonder, yes, 12,000. I did not say 1,200. 12,000 people, foot soldiers. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. That was the footfall. That's a so it gives you an idea of why the program was very, very popular. Why a lot of people, you were at the fair. You saw that people were lining up outside. The management of the hotel told me I had to announce that people who had bought should go out so that more people can come in. So what you have seen is many years of hard work, of passionate people, of people who have said, no, we're not going to allow anything stop us. Wow. So the impact is all encompassing. This is for men, this is for women mostly. And this is not just women from just one tribe. We're talking of women from the north, we're talking about women from the east, we're talking about women from the west and the south. It is all encompassing. This is, there's no tribalism, there is no segregation. It is just people who are in business, who are trying to survive, who are trying to make ends meet for themselves and, of course, their families. And that's just...
Shout out to Nigeria Branching. Let's put it down here.
You
Right?
know what?
Amazing,
I'm already
amazing.
buying everything. What he's saying. Thank you so much. Quite empowering. I'm like, yes, we can get it because of you. By the way, this is how people become broke. Coming to Nigeria Branching, saying I'm not gonna buy anything, and then you end up buying the whole shop.
Exactly.
It is your fault.
Exactly.
But we
the funny thing, Nigeria Branching herself. Oh my God, she's one of the most hardworking women I've ever come across in my life. Look, prior to that fair, if you see the things that she literally was rolling on the floor just so that people could come and buy. She would roll on the floor. She would do all the drama. She would jump up. She would tell you, look, tell me what you want me to do just so that you can come and support these women in business. Tell me anything. So, you see, when you see people who are passionate about helping people that way, you as a follower, you as a vendor, you as a staff or a team member, your drive will also increase. You also want to help. You also want to follow in the footsteps of the person in front. So Nigeria Branching, just leave it for her. She knows her onions. She knows her onions.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. Queen D, I see people typing there. There's loads of comments and questions. Maybe peruse and just see if anyone is asking questions or any comments that we can highlight.
Yeah, thank you so much for everybody who's tuned in. We see Deck has brought here with him an army of people who are here to support. And it's so refreshing having a king here. I mean, we welcome both queens and kings, but we haven't had a king here in such a long time.
Beautiful queens, by the way.
Thank you. So it's really, really refreshing. And can I say, you said something very interesting that I haven't thought of before about if you give something to a man, you are reaching out to a family. Because I think we always think of it in terms of, you empower a woman, you empower the village. So it's interesting listening to it from a man's perspective. And thank you so much for that cue. Lady Ruksha says, welcome, King. I think that's when you just came in there. And of course, Carmela is here. I think Carmela is a good friend of yours or a
Yes,
supporter, because yeah. And we typed here that we're talking about male empowerment, of course, which is just as important. And Camilla says, nice one, Deck. I think that's when we were talking about passionately about the brand. And who else here? Oh, Super Thank was saying, can't hear you. I think that's when there was a little bit of a muted sound there. Hello, Project Salama. Camilla says, I can attest to this. I remember how the premium MC charged for my wedding. He was very fair with his pricing and delivered exceptionally. Okay. We're going to have to go check out his website to go look at his wedding that he did. And I've just written there, the premium MC, how you said you want to impact life positively. I think that's a very good motto there. CK Lena says wealth is in one's substance. I think that's when Queen Khadija was talking about how wealthy you are, but we're still coming for you because you did say you've got millions.
Yes,
Anyway.
yes. Expect
Today,
email of sorts.
today
Your
we'll just
DM is
concentrate
going to
on
be busy.
we'll
Good luck.
concentrate on the wealth of the mind today. Let's do that. Who else is here? Project Salama was just saying good evening to Lady Ruksha. And more people joining, and thank you so much. Let me see. I think I saw a question here at the bottom. Brex Official was saying, interesting interview. I love the passion. Of course, we can all palpate it from within our screens. Lady Ruksha says, a king is passionate about what he does. That is something that is indeed rare these days. And she claps her hands. So
Me
kudos.
too.
Kudos to the premium MC, and Camilla says true. Project Salama says loving the passion and drive in this interview. Thank you. And of course, shout out to Niger Brand Chick Trade Fair. I just put it there. Go check them out. So impressed that they filled a hotel in the middle of London, man. And I was so impressed. And I think they have another one coming up in somewhere in the UK. I'm not sure. And
yeah, that'll be next
year.
Yeah.
Super the God says good listening as always. And welcome, Riri. This is Kalia's mom. We were just saying how amazing it was for Kalia in Scotland this weekend. Welcome to Life Queens. I'm gonna ask my question straight away, King Deck. So you talked about what your four parents or your forefathers left for you, or what you've learned. Maybe if you could give us two mentors. So maybe a local mentor and an international mentor that you go by, and why?
Okay, well, so I'm not really big on mentors, but I have people who I look up to. All right. And it is very, very important to understand that, there's a reason why I'm not really big on mentors, especially from this part of Africa, Nigeria. We have had people who you look up to, or you take up as mentors, who turn out to be doing something illegitimate or something not particularly nice. However, I have somebody who I've looked up to. This is someone who has trained me on how to be efficient as a public speaker. He's an actor. He's an A-list Nigerian actor. He's also in Hollywood now. His name is Joseph Benjamin. You can check him out. He's my brother. He's someone who I look up to very much. Joseph is someone that has taught me so many things in life. He's someone who has literally taken me through the rudiments of public speaking, composure, everything that concerns interfacing with a multitude, and I have learned tremendously well from this person. Another person internationally I will say that is someone I look up to is Trevor Noah.
Oh yeah.
Now, you see, I'm very big on humility. I'm big on people who are focused, who do not lose focus because they attain a certain position. Why? Now, Trevor Noah is a South African comedian who went on to the US to become a prominent presenter. He took over from a white supremacist presenter and turned out to be one of the best presenters of the show. And guess what? He left when the ovation was loudest on his own. That's a king. That's a king. So someone like that tells you that I'm not swayed by success. I'm not moved because I've attained this level of success. No, I'm focused to do better and greater things. So you see, when you see people like that, it only goes to show you that there's nothing you want to achieve in this life that is too much to handle. You must always stay true to your drive. Stay true to that thing that you're looking at. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for me, these two people are people who I respect very much. They're people who I follow their lives very closely. I watch the things that they do. I watch the things that they say, just so that, I can learn even more. That's
fantastic. Thank you so much for that brilliant answer. And follow up from me would be Queen Khadija always talks about how we need to change Africa ourselves because nobody's coming to rescue Africa.
Absolutely.
And we always say one continent at a time, all 54, one country at a time, all 54 countries. So given the influence that you have, I know you said you don't an influencer, you are, whether you like it or not. Given the influence that you have, the resources that you have, the lessons that you've had, in 5 years, how do you see yourself possibly contributing to changing to this Africa that we want to live in? What kind of things would you do?
Oh, I loved the way you coined the question, because the question that I got, I was going to answer it in another way, but I loved the way you asked this one right now. Because I'm not a plan person. I don't like to put plans in place, because I think 70 to 80% of the time it never goes the way you plan. That's the truth. It's a fact.
That's why you plan.
It's a fact.
Because otherwise, if you don't plan, then 100%
no,
of the
for me,
time.
I have researched. Most of the time, it never goes the way you plan it. So what then is the point of planning? You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I'm more of the person who says, okay, you know what? I would put things in place for the immediate future. All right? Because what you put in place for the immediate future is what will give birth to the far future. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's simple. Yeah. If I want to go into IT, for instance, I have to do the basics of IT today, so that next year I can call myself a data analyst, or I can call myself a DevOps, professional. All right. Now let me give you an example. I'm a hands-on person. All right. I fix everything in the house. I'm very handy. I fix the generator. I fix the lights. I fix everything. I fix my bike. I fix my car. I fix everything. That's the way I am. All right. Now, I'm in talks with a friend of mine who is an aviation engineer. I have loved airplanes all my life. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to come and do videos for you, because I'm a cinematographer as well. I do videos a lot. I love doing videos. So I'm offering my service to him so that I can learn from him. So it's a give and take, right? The reason I'm doing that is not because I can't go to the school of aviation. I can do that. But I want a hands-on process where I learn directly from somebody who is already experienced in the art of fixing planes. Now, whilst I'm doing this, in the near future, if I'm able to do that for a year, I can assure you that in 2 years, I will be an aviation engineer. Yes. That's not a plan. Those are things that you put in place so that you get to where you're going to eventually. But now, let me tell you the difference between making plans. If I make plans and write that today, okay, so I'm going to start working with so person, and I'm hoping that by next year you would not do it. Something.
So does it mean you don't believe in? Does it mean you don't believe in the power of manifestation and journaling and vision boards?
Proper planning and putting things in place. All right. Now, I didn't want to use the word planning. When you put things in place. All right. When you do things that help you to get to where you're going to, then the plan is most likely to manifest.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you plan, the human mind plays a huge trick on us. That's why when we say that, so I'm planning, I'm going to do so thing, you end up not doing it. something will probably happen that will just, truncate the plan and, something. And then you have to make shift. You have to try and figure out a way to go by the plan and all of that. But no, what you need to do, in my opinion, this is a personal opinion, this is the way I think about life. These are my own ideologies, all right? It might be different from yours. It might be different from what it is that you think. But for me, it is important to motivate yourself. How do you do that? You put things in place, certain things in place. Make friends with certain people. You want to be a journalist, for instance, and you have a friend who is a presenter on TV. You make friends with that person first. The moment you make friends with that person, you start to talk about their business. The moment you start talking about their business, they would have an opportunity one day. And guess who's the first person they're going to tell that opportunity? Their friend. Yeah. So it's important to understand that you need to put certain things in place. So for me, I have put certain things in place that will help me get to my near future before it will then transition to the far future. Fantastic. So that's just the way I see life.
Thank you so much, King Deck, the premium MC here, giving us the words of wisdom today. Thank you so much. Back to you, Queen Khadija.
Yo. I am still digesting that part of the plan and the future, the immediate and the future. That one, that one's getting me a bit.
It's a little bit different for us, Queen Khadija, because as women, we do need that plan because you have the kids and the job and the food and the kitchen and the cleaning. We do need that plan.
So I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to interject. All right. So let me break it down. Okay. So maybe let me make it make sense to you. All right. Let me make it make sense to you. So because I was born in Nigeria, and because things don't always work to plan in Nigeria. So, I mean, in my work in the UK, because of course you have regimented plans, you have things that work exactly the way it is when you plan. In Nigeria, you can plan to go out today. Traffic will hold you. You're not going anywhere. So my subconscious, no, I'm telling you, this is a fact. My subconscious does not allow me to plan. So in our day, we're just saying, okay, we're getting up, we're fixing our clothes, we're dressing up, we're moving out. If we get to the place and we see that there's traffic, we park our car, we take bike, and we move to where we're going to. So it doesn't always go according to plan. So maybe that's why it's different for me, because of my cultural background, my my nationality and all of that. So there are different things that actually cause people to think in various ways. You understand?
Everybody's in stitches here, man. That has informed my decision.
Yes.
They're all laughing at your analogy. Queen Khadija.
Yo. Okay, let's just leave it there. We are parking that on the side. And we'll just continue on with something else. Yes, that is a very interesting analogy. I shall go back to it later and just kind of review it. But for now, let's just get...
I think Khadija is having withdrawal symptoms thinking of not planning.
I'll go crazy. I'll pull out my hair.
Oh my God.
All right, Boss Queen, do you have a question for the premium MC?
Yes, indeed. I mean, I've been listening to him, and you know what? I do agree with him to some extent. The reason being, I used to say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, or if you fail to plan, you fail. You basically just planning to fail, if you understand the quote. And lately, I agree with him to some extent, because every time you plan something and then things do not go your way, you actually get even more frustrated. For instance, very, very small stuff. Yes, of course, obviously we women, especially the ones with kids, you need to put plan in place. Hopefully it's going to work. We always have that faith. However, talking from personal experience, every time I put myself into that mindset of I'm going to be losing 10 kilograms within December, Christmas, please, I beg. I beg. And you know what? I put effort. The effort I put with planning my food, the weight, kilograms, and whatsoever, and how many calories. In the end, I actually add double. Or just frustrating.
Oh my God.
Very frustrating. One thing I've learned is Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself.
Oh
One
my
thing, I'll just
God.
go and run, and then I eat what I eat. And if I lose weight, I lose. If I don't, I don't. So I get you. I totally agree with you to some extent. Not in all
Fantastic.
aspects.
Look at awesome stuff. See, I
do agree
let me
with
tell
you
you something.
to
Let me
some
tell you something.
extent.
You see, one of the things, you see, these are ideas that have kind of ruined the world. You see, the idea that you have to plan so that you don't. No, who says that you have to plan? Why do you have to plan? You have to put certain things. Let me tell you something. Do you know that if you had said to yourself that, you know what, I don't care about the weight, but I'm going to figure out certain things that I change in my life.
Yes.
Those things will propel that change that you desire.
Yes.
Rather than you telling me that, you know what, I want to start going to the gym. You will go to the gym for 1 week and you will stop. What happens to the plan? What happens to the plan? So why are you deceiving yourself? You need to put certain things in place that will then transition or that will propel that change that you desire.
Yeah.
See, there are unconscious changes that we make in ourselves that make things happen for us. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There are certain things that you will literally unconsciously do, or certain decisions that you would unconsciously take that will propel or metamorphose into certain things that you eventually want. You want to lose weight. Do you know that if you decide in yourself without saying that I'm planning that I want to lose weight, you just say to yourself that, you know what, I'm going to stop sugar. I'm going to stop taking tea with sugar. I'm going to stop taking this. I'm going to stop taking that. And you consciously make an effort to say that, you know what, sorry, please give me water. And everybody's looking at you because everybody knows that this baby is always she likes this one. And she said, you know, I just don't feel like taking. Let me just take water. Let me just take this. Do you know that in less than 2 months you will start losing weight unconsciously?
Yeah. This is thank you so much. Anyway, this is the reason why we go for runs and we do not care what we eat, because then in the end the end product is beautiful. But if we put the mindset in it, it doesn't work. Well, it has never worked in this area though. But like I say, in some other aspects, if I turn up late at work because my boss planned for me to be there at 9 and I didn't plan for me to be there at 9. No. I lose.
So like I said, okay, so we need to also understand the meaning of the planning.
Yes.
The planning for, like I said, immediate future and the far future are totally different things from daily routine. Yeah, it's a daily routine for you to go to work. Of course, you will go to work at the time that you're supposed to go to work. If I have a meeting, I don't need to plan to go to the meeting. I know I have a meeting, and so I have to tell myself and do the things that I need to do to make that meeting on time. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, daily routines are totally different from the far future and, of course, the near future. That's it.
Yes. Oh, well done. Thank you so much.
I just see that Khadija is just looking at us. I'll soon
like, what went wrong in my life? Anyway, we'll get there. Back to my question. Talking about not planning and everything, what is the one problem or issue that you would tackle or are tackling at the moment to bring change to the African continent? And the vision to get it to fruition or to succeed.
All right. So, well, in order for you to tackle an issue, you need to know the problem.
Yes, that's the reason I ask, what is the one problem issue?
So that's why I said to you that in order for you to tackle an issue, you must identify that issue. One of the major problems in Africa is lack of proper orientation. Lack of proper orientation. We need to rewrite certain orientations that we have learned from the Western world. You see, one of the things that I always say is the fact that we follow certain precedents that the West has handed to Africa is why Africa is still where we are today. You see, there are certain policies, ideologies that works in the West that cannot work in Africa. And so we need to start reorientating ourselves to be able to help us to be better as a people. You see, the major problem, and I'll start with Nigeria because I'm based here, I was born here, and I can tell you the issues that we have in Nigeria. One of the foundational problems of Nigeria is orientation. You see, one of the reasons why we have bad governance in Nigeria is not because we're not a wealthy country. Nigeria is easily one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Not in Africa, in the world. Easily. But the orientation of greed, individualistic behaviors in such a way that I, myself alone and my family, I want only us to enjoy. That's why you see people stealing billions of dollars for one family. We have had a head of state in Nigeria who stole money so much that years after he has died, we are still getting loot from his reign. Yes. We had a head of state in Nigeria who has died. He died as far as like maybe 1990 something. And we are still getting millions of dollars back in, you know, in repatriated funds, government looted funds from the West. That this person stole some amount of money. Look, we have been getting this money every year since the 1990s. Now, what the question is, what exactly will be the reason for one man to steal money that generations don't need? And that is where someone like me comes in to play. I need to start orientating. And that's why all of the people who I train on how to do public speaking, I tell them one thing. You need to create an avenue for yourself to think beyond mere things. When you begin to think about the wider perspective, you would understand that there are more important things than money. Everything is not about money. As one very amazing lady said on the live here, that the resource of person, of impacting in lives is way better than money. You see, for me personally, I think if we're able to reorientate ourselves and let ourselves understand that it is the greed of mind that is killing us. It is the greed of mind. It's the greed of the fact that I think this person is going to give me money when they get into office. That is why we have not gotten the right person who would what? Who will leave self and tend to the needs of the people. So for me, it's about orientation, changing of the orientation. And my job as the Premium MC is to continue to use my voice to help to change that narrative. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Back to you, Princess K.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Brittany, for that question, and the Premium MC for answering the question. Queen D, how are we with time before I continue?
We're running a little bit over, but in all fairness, deck only came in at about 12 past, but Instagram is still allowing us to be here, so I think we can carry on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So my question, the Premium MC, is, yes, what makes you unique? Yes, we've heard you speaking there. So now I want to know this uniqueness that is you, yes, in a vast array of intelligent, focused, and driven set of empowered African men and women out there.
Well, not to blow my horns or anything, I would like to throw back a question at you. If you were to look at me and compare me with people who you have interviewed on this program, what would be the first thing you would say about my personality?
You're throwing horns. Niger. 100%. You know the first thing you say, not to throw up, and then yeah, that is the reason. I'm here for it.
I'm Nigerian. Nothing can take that away from me. I'm Nigerian, but I'm not going to blow my horns. But it's the truth. What would be that one word that you would say about me?
The one word that comes out is cocky.
Yeah.
If you say cocky, if you call it cocky, that's fine. I don't even have a problem with the fact that you're saying I'm cocky. That's okay.
I think I think it's confidence and intelligence, to be honest.
I knew there was something special about you.
You're seeing it from different
angles.
There's
something special about you. If not for my foreign exchange, I would ask for your. Just send me your.
Don't worry.
Let me freak your account. Freaky. You're doing well.
Oh man.
You know, I mean, so for me, what is unique about me is my passion, the confidence, and the fact that I stand out in every and anything that I do. You see, confidence is very important, and of course, you know, you need to know where to draw the line so that it doesn't look like you're being boastful or you're being cocky, so to speak. All right. For me, it is important to understand that I'm a kind of person who literally is passionate about every and anything that I do. If I'm impacting lives, I'm passionate about it. If I'm working, I'm passionate about it. If I'm loving, I'm passionate about it. Don't say anything about that. But I mean, I'm just a really passionate person. You know, I'm very, very, very dedicated to everything that I do. And I believe that's one of the things that literally takes me out of the majority. Literally is like a shining bright star. All right. It's basically, you know what? I think I like this guy's vibe. This is the person I really want us to use for this job. This person would carry the drive. You know, this person has the perfect diction, the courage, the persona. Just this is the person that we want. And that is what has worked for me all the years. You know, I'm not somebody who literally goes out there and says that this is what I do. No. I allow my work speak for me. And so that when you come back to me and tell me you want me to do this, you are confident, you're almost 90% sure that I can carry out that job excellently well. And that's just it for me. Thank you.
Did you hear Miss Confidence?
I ain't got no problem. Let me just read some comments here just before I ask my question, Queen Khadija, if you don't mind, because there's a lot of people here commenting. Everybody was in stitches here. I think that's when our King was talking about the lack of planning. But the way you said it about the traffic and the weather now, it makes sense, because I remember being in East Africa and just thinking, oh my God, I'm going to die because I can't plan a dinner. Camilla says, you know, he agrees with you. Is it a he or she? Sorry now, Camilla, if I got your gender wrong.
Is she actually?
She. Camilla says, today I plan to go to the market as early as 6 a.m. And just as early as 6:15 a.m. it started raining. It was almost a plan gone wrong. I'm laughing because where I live, it rains 17 times a day. So obviously it means I wouldn't leave the house. But yeah, okay, we see that. And Camilla also goes on to say, but sincerely, sir, like the women said, for we women, it may not work 100%. We're natural planners. I agree with Deg though. You know, most times the plans won't work. Okay, cool. And she also says, but there are cases where we must go ahead with our pre-planned activities, like today, of course. It was very important, say, coming here, for example. And thanks for making it to Life Queens, because if you're going according to your theory, King Deg, you know, we might have been waiting. But it's just joking. Okay, so my question to you is, we're listening to your confidence and your experience as a premium MC and just your mentoring and the way you've prepared for the work that you do today. I'm just wondering just how much of it was molded by being the premium MC, or were there any other experiences that led you to sort of the spot where you are today? And if there was a young premium MC in the audience who's sort of 12, 14 years old, they want to be where you are today, what would you say to them? What skills do you want them to develop to get to where you are?
All right. Okay. So, I mean, for me personally, I have always been an entertaining person. I'm somebody who, you know, I like to see that everyone is happy when I'm around. You know, I just want to make you laugh. However it is that I can try to do that. If I have to talk, if I have to jump, if I have to dance, whatever it is that I need to do, I will do to make sure that everyone around is happy. All right. However, one of the things that was very key to bringing the premium MC brand was doggedness, perseverance, the right attitude, and focus to detail. One of the first thing that my one of my mentors, you know, the one I told you trained me, one of the things, the first thing I did was, I remember he was very particular about my diction. So in Nigeria, a lot of the time when people try to speak, you know, proper English, you see that they try to mimic movies, the way they talk in movies. And so it is the idea that the way they talk in movies is exactly how you should talk, was the idea that I grew up with. But when I started working with my boss at the time, we worked on diction, and he made me realize that it is not about talking like the movies. It's actually about pronouncing the words properly. When you pronounce your words properly, people can hear exactly what it is that you're saying, which is essentially why when I'm talking, you hear me pronounce my words properly. Listen to every word that I say. And so when I started doing that over a period of time, I then started to understand diction, you know, proper presentation of words, proper articulation, you know, and everything that concerned public speaking. That in turn singled me out from the multitude of MCs in Nigeria, because oftentimes or not, you hear people who talk like, you know, so ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm talking, you know, yeah, that's the idea of an MC in a lot of, you know, not a lot of MCs, in the minds of a lot of MCs. But when I started to do the things that my mentor asked me to do, it quickly singled me out as someone who was vibrant, who had vibes, and who also could express themselves properly. And it became, wow, okay, so this person is also neat in the things that they say. They're very decent about the things that they say. Because a lot of the time you have MCs who are on court, right? And who tend to be a little bit vulgar, all right, when they're talking, all right? So somebody said to me that, I enjoyed your job so much. And in another word, I think he said something about the fact that you were very premium. So when I showed my friend said, come on, the premium MC. That was the beginning of the premium MC.
Oh, fantastic. Oh,
so for me, because I am the premium MC, everything that I do has to go in line with the brand. It must be premium. As a premium MC, I won't be found where I'm just going to be doing, no, I'm not going to do that. It has to be proper. It has to be prim and proper. It has to literally express decency, down to the way I dress, the way I look, the way I address people. Everything has to be premium. In fact, a lot of the time, I work for premium clients too.
Thank you so much, Premium MC. I enjoyed so much the voiceover that you were doing at the Niger Brand Chicks. Can I ask you now? This is our logo. This is Live Queens.
This is beautiful.
This is Live Queens. We have a show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. UK time. In your best Niger Brand Chick voice, would you mind please telling people to come here every Wednesday, 7 p.m. to Live Queens, please?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is D to the E to the C, aka the Premium MC, and guess what? I'm right here at the Live Queens. And guess what? If you have seen Africa with the crown, you already know it's Live Queens. Don't forget, we're right here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. If you're not here, you are missing out.
Fantastic.
If you don't know, now you know. You already know.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, that was really amazing.
Thank you. That is your Premium MC, the Premium MC. Back to you, Queen Khadija.
Yeah. You're the premium MC, the brand. Yes, indeed.
Not me thinking about which. I was just thinking about who is getting married soon so that I can invite him, because I just need to hear.
Please, let me tell you something that happened. Yeah, so I went for a wedding in South Africa, in Cape Town, right? And I was there as a guest. Now, it turns out the event planner forgot to get an MC, and they found out that there was no MC just at the point where the couple were supposed to dance in. So the groom just came into the hall and literally held me by the hands and said, "Guy, you have to help me. There's no MC. The event planner totally forgot." I said, "But I asked you if you wanted me to do it." It's like, "You have to do it now. You have to do it now." And I took the mic. Let's just say the rest is history. everywhere scattered, like everywhere went wild. It was epic. They had the blast of their lives. They had the blast of, and I'm not just saying this, I mean, to market, even if I want to market my market small, you know, just talk about my business. But it was an amazing time. It was beautiful. So for me, like I said, when I get to a place, I want everyone to be happy. I just want everyone to smile. You see the way Khadija was trying not to smile, but she was giving us a smile anyway, you know, so yeah, you know, so for me, it's all about the entertainment. It's all about making sure that everyone is happy, basically. You know, it's peace and love. Thank you so much.
Amazing, Deg. Thank you so much for yeah, just being you. Thank you so much. Yeah. And on this show, we do have plugs on here, but we also do ask as well our guests if you have anything that you want to say before we plug anything else. So over to you, Queen D, so that you can usher that on through.
Sure, thanks. I think let's start with the Premium MC. I know you're based in Nigeria, but I'm sure you're looking to spread to the UK now. So for somebody who's never heard of the Premium MC's work, they've heard it here before, but how do we get hold of you? What kind of events? You mentioned weddings, you do the Niger Trade Fair. Check what else? What kind of other things can people book you
like
for?
I said, I do corporate events. I do symposiums, seminars, conferences. I do absolutely anything, you know. I live, as long as it involves comparing or public speaking, I'm there. You know, I literally can mentor people. You know, I can do absolutely anything. You know, I have a program on Nigerian television. All right, it's called The Black Table. Now, this is something that you ladies would enjoy, because it's one of the biggest shows, a night show. It's actually a night show.
Right.
It happens every Friday. From 11 o'clock till 12. It's a 1-hour show, all right, on TV. Now, we literally talk about women. It's it's a men's show, but we talk about everything that concerns women.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew that it would get Khadija's attention, because when I said it was about women, she just looked like, oh, okay, I'm there. I want to be there.
Yeah, just elaborate a bit. What about women?
So we talk about different things about women, you know, the ideologies of women, different things about women. You know what? I will tag you. I'll send you a post of what it looks like. You know, but the good part is about that show is the fact that I'm actually a pro women on the show, of all the guys. So many of the guys talk against women. I talk about women because, I mean, I work with women, right? And so I see how hard they work. So I'm always pro the women. You know, so you guys should try and catch that. You know, it's on TBC. Yeah.
What was the name again?
The Black Table Show is the Black Table Talk. Yeah.
Okay.
Black Table Talk.
Black Table. So on Instagram, you can follow us on Instagram at D_black_table_show. Yes, and you can follow me on the Premium MC as well. You know. By the way, I didn't tell you guys that I was actually one of the first set of people to start skits in Nigeria.
Yeah, no, we had it on your bio there. That's the first thing we found out about.
So I was actually one of the first. So we started skits for entertainment on TV before the likes of Macaroni and these guys on Instagram right now. We started, like, my skit was one of the biggest in Nigeria. It was so big that I became so famous. Like I said, I'm very focused. And I said to myself, I needed to stop. So I stopped. Because the fame was too much. It was attracting too many negative people to me. I had too many ladies who just wanted to be with me because I was on TV. I had too many guys who wanted to be with me. People would just call me and tell me, what's up? Where are you? Where are you? And they put the phone on speaker just so that they can tell people that I know him. I told you I know him now. You know, those kind of things. My cars were tinted, you know, because I can't go outside. Every time I go outside, everybody wants to collect money from me. You know, so it was just a life of a facade, you know. You know.
King Deg, Rio here just says, is the show on Instagram, the show, The Black Table? Oh, okay. It's on YouTube?
So it's on YouTube, all right? So it's on YouTube. You can follow us on like I said, at D_black_table_show, right? On Instagram. You understand? You can just check it on Instagram, and then you can also follow us on YouTube, because it shows live on YouTube, so you can watch it live on YouTube every Friday night at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Right. Just a quick question before
Fantastic.
I go. Which part of Nigeria do you reside?
Lagos, the epicenter, the center of excellence.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Of
All right,
course.
thank you.
But from
Sorry.
you...
It's actually the _black_table_talk.
Oh, talk.
Yes.
So the Black Table
Black
Talk.
Table Talk. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Go check out the Black Table Talk Show, Nigerian show on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a Nigerian show. It shows every Friday at 11 p.m. So it's a night show. So we let loose. We're allowed to say anything on the show. So yeah. You guys should check it out.
Is it derogatory?
Sorry? No, it's not derogatory. It's not derogatory. But we're allowed to go deep into conversations, the hard conversations. Yeah.
Okay.
So
expect reviews.
Sorry. It's actually now this is it. Let me show you. So this is it.
Can
you see this?
You can actually type it and I'll pin it.
Okay, so it's actually the _
Yeah, type it on the
black
table talk.
Table, yes, yeah. Table _ on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's on TVC. Yes, TVC.
TVC. I see it here. It's here on YouTube. I've just found it. Okay.
Yes, it's on YouTube. So okay, so let me show you this. Working women. I want to play this so that you hear this was the last conversation we had on Friday that went wild. Everybody went ballistic on this conversation. Now listen to this.
Marrying highly educated working women will be one of the worst decisions you will ever make in your life. These are not my thoughts. I think it's crap. You have to stimulate my intellects before you can stimulate my loins. The mistake most men make in life is assuming that women reason like men. Women want men that are better than them. Make no mistake about it. No woman wants a man that she's on the same level with. As a man, always, constantly improve yourself. The day she submits the form for masters, submit your own. Okay, so as of today, your wife does have a PhD. What happens tomorrow? She does a scholarship for a PhD. Then you will file for a divorce.
That was me saying that you file for a divorce, because I was being sarcastic. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? So yeah, those are the kind of hard conversations that we talk about. It's very stimulating. A lot of women watch that show. And
question.
People already.
Yeah. Do a lot of women get invited to these shows?
So wow. Okay. So let me tell you something about what you just asked. So we have been trying to talk to the producers. Now let me interest you to know something epic about the show. Yeah. The producers of the show are actually women. Yes. So we've been trying to talk about having a face-off between the men and the women, but the producers are saying no, it's going to be crazy. That's we're probably going to beat each other on that table. So let's not do it.
It sounds like Andrew Tate kind of discussions here.
So we usually get a lot of attacks from Twitter. People bash the conversations and like, no, how can you say this? That kind of thing. I mean, so it's like a banter, basically. I mean, we just have conversations and try to enlighten people on some of the perspective of men about women. It's an interesting one. Like I said, it's a Friday night show. Where of course we have our libations. We're drinking and we're just having conversations, and it's really interesting. Of course, when you see someone as confident and as jivey as me, what do you think will happen? It's going crazy, Why is Khadija looking away? You already know.
All right. Okay. All right. So that's a plug there. And go check our king here at the Premium MC. There's no underscores or anything on your Instagram.
No, just follow me at the Premium MC. I'm able to come to the UK for events. If you have any events, in fact, if not just events, if you want that event to be successful, you want somebody who's going to be passionate about working for you, please hit me up. Hit me up. And bring the money.
You heard it here first. The Premium MC.
Give me my money. Give me my money.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay. All right. Should we talk about Sunday, guys, before Instagram kicks us out
Yeah.
officially?
Yes.
Because we're plugging other shows on their show. It's about to go down.
Yes.
All right.
Let me take over as MC Boss Queen. And next guest on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, be ready for the one and only Kingfish Couture at 7 p.m. Don't forget, it's on Sunday. Normally we're here on Wednesday, but this time we're doing on Sunday. Be there or miss out. If you know, if you don't know now, you know.
You
Do you guys do
know.
that?
That's it. You already know.
Right. Thank you, one and all. It has been a tantalizing a segment. Yes. And Mr. Deck, I have so much to say after this. So, yes, we are going to have conversations. Very
Hard conversations.
Very deep conversations because I'm really concerned. But yeah.
She's gonna pray for you. She's gonna pray for you.
She already has a plan.
I have a plan
for you.
Right. Thank you so much, Jacqueline, for gracing us with your presence. It has been very enlightening, and there are some things that we'll go and ponder on in a different lens.
Sorry, don't be angry. I have plan. I have. Sorry, I have plan.
For the sake of peace, he has plans.
Please, let's see. Should I show you the plan? I have it in a book. Sorry, please.
You're getting a diary, a planner, and a calendar in your mail next week.
Christmas. That's what Santa is bringing you because I am very concerned. Right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, it has been such an amazing segment, and we look forward to another live just as this. Of course, we'll be hunting for you when you come to the UK, the Premium MC. We would like to see you in your element again. You were just amazing at Niger Cheek Fair that we have to come hunting for you. Yes, and thank you so much for gracing us with your presence and for you to accept to come here and also share in your intellect. Thank you so much. Yes,
thank you so
we
much.
can only now say ciao, ciao, and thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, King. Bye, ladies. Bye, Queen.
Bye.
Bye.